cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the longer that you engage in actually limiting your calories, if that's one of the main goals in losing weight, the more you will actually be able to tell your body, hey, this isn't just famine, it's actually me trying to lose some weight. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so with that said, I see the next slide. We really have to ask ourselves, what does weight loss, fat loss, how much are we tied to those things, right? So I have on the next slide, okay, I printed out these papers over here, which Z will pass out. We really have to think about how we align with all of this in general, right? With our diet, with our nutrition, with our daily eating habits, stress levels, etc. I have a quote here from Alice in Wonderland. I've never read it, but I saw this quote and I was like, oh, I gotta put this on here. So it says, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? Okay, said Alice. That depends on a good deal on where you want to go, said the cat. I don't much care where, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you go, said the cat. Everybody get that quote? Okay? So if you have no idea where you want to go with your health, with fitness, with your diet, then by jumping on the bandwagon with a bunch of stuff that you see online is really not the answer, because you have no idea where you want to go. If you want to go to the point of, you know, oh, lean body mass, that imagination, fantastical image that I posted earlier, okay, well, then you're really going to have to look at your diet and look at your nutrition and say, hey, is that realistic for myself? Is it specific? Is it attainable? You know, is it really in alignment with myself, right? So what I handed out was this priority list, okay? And you can fill it out. You can go over it if you're a member here during one of your consultations. If not, it would just serve you for an example to really understand what your priorities are. Because understanding that is going to be super important for you to make sure that your health, your longevity, your diet, your nutrition would be, you know, of utmost importance, right? So where are you right now? Okay? And I go back and forth with this slide, which I'll go back to that one in a second. You know, we have our typical day of eating habits, then we have the habits of client that wants to start increasing or decreasing fat mass, etc. Okay, so you can see how much different they are, right? Coffee, bagel, salad, slice of pizza, steak, and then they want to start here. So where are you right now? Okay, we'll go back to this one. Where are you right now? Okay, what are your priorities? So the first question on there, okay, is what do you consider to be your personal space? Okay? So you can write something down that you know of now, like what do you consider your personal space? Okay? It could be, you know, your laptop bag, it could be your office, it could be, you know, the kitchen, it could be your car. And then try to think about what's common to that space. Okay? So try to identify, I'll give you guys like a couple seconds, 20, 30 seconds, to identify what that personal space is for you. Okay? Could be anything. It could be the gym, you know, it could be you know, the mall, you know, somewhere that is personal to you. Okay? And then when you write that personal space down, okay, then write down what's common to that space. Okay? And by common I mean in an order of importance, okay? So common meaning if it's your gym bag, what's common to there? My workout clothes. I know Mike was a boxer, so I'm just going to use Mike as an example. Mike probably would write down, oh, yeah, my gym bag. What's in there? Well, his boxing gloves. And that was a portion of his life for 10 years. Right? Wraps. Yes, exactly. Yep, exactly. For other people, it might be, my wife is a student, so she might say, oh, well, it's my office. It's my desk. It's my computer. The things that are very important. Okay? The next thing on there, okay, and don't worry, they don't have to be grand ideas, okay? Just a thought experiment for yourself to really think about, is you have 24 hours in a day. Besides sleep, how do you spend your time? So 1, 2, and 3. Is it work? Is it exercise? Is it, you know, spending time with the loved ones? Is it beach time? Is it, you know, traveling? Is it reading? What is it, you know? Really think about those things. Next, okay, what are you doing when you feel most alive, okay, and energized? First, second, and third, most important. Okay, we'll come back to these in a second. Don't worry. So try to think about those. Next one will be where are you most organized, okay, or unorganized. So Don't worry if you're unorganized. Robert De Niro said you had to get organized in Taxi Driver. Next one is what engages you and captures your attention and focus the most, right? Then one of them are, what goals have you set that show signs they are coming true? Probably one of the most important ones, because when looking at what goals you have set, okay, if they are goals and they are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, they should show signs of coming true. So having a goal of 10% body fat, or having a goal of a marathon, or having a goal of this, well, if that goal has been the goal for 15 years, but there hasn't been really sustainability in terms of you tracking it, measuring it, seeing if you're reaching it, then is it really a goal, or is it just a fantasy, right? And the last one is, what do you love talking to other people about? I love talking to people, so. Cool. The reason why I wanted to go over this, in reality, is because this is one of the most important things, right? Alignment is super important for developing who you are as a person, but also where you find yourself with diet, nutrition, and the like, right? Because if diet is super important, that imaginary photo we saw, right, of someone and his wife or whatever, then we really have to make sure that we're in alignment with that. Because if it is important, again, our habits outside of the gym, inside of the gym, should really align with that. And if it's not, it's not. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no judgment, right? So, I had a little bit of like a case study, okay? So this is typical daily eating habits of a client, okay? 6 a.m. coffee, 8 a.m. bagel with cream cheese, okay? 10:30 coffee, salad with grilled chicken, 2 p.m. slice of pizza, 6 p.m. steak and mashed potatoes. Exactly, right? So this client will then come in and then say to me, or have an idea in their head, hey, I just found out about this new diet. It's a fast for 16 hours a day. And I go, well, that's crazy. And I go, no, but my friend did it. He lost a bunch of weight. I think I'm going to try it. And I go, how long have you been eating like this? They go, 15 years. And you go, so you're going to start fasting for 16 hours a day? Okay, then the next one. We'll say, oh, well, what I'm going to do is now, from now on, I'm going to do only fats, low protein, low carbs. Okay. Or I'm going to do high fat, low carb, high protein. Or I'm going to do low fat, high carb, low protein, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Guess what? All of these work. But let's start here. Because we have to hone habits here before we can even think about trying to do something like this. Second of all, these are specific and time-bound for how long you can be doing them, okay? So when someone comes in with that sort of nutrition, right, we can already see how this person can increase their habits in terms of their diet, right? Well, maybe substituting the bagel out, right? Maybe having something protein-rich in their breakfast, right? Instead of having coffee as soon as they wake up in the morning, maybe just having more water, okay? Instead of having another coffee at 10:30, perhaps substituting with a seltzer or something along those lines, so we're not raising our cortisol level so high from having a lot of coffee. 2 p.m. slice of pizza. It sounds like they got hungry. They were having a snack, right? Maybe we could supplement that snack with something that's a little bit more nutritious, right? And nutrient dense as opposed to a slice of pizza, right? Steak and mashed potatoes, I don't really have a problem with that. But again, if that's what this person is having consistently throughout the week without any variance in their proteins, then we have to have a conversation about that as well. But you can see how I just picked apart this person's diet in 3 seconds compared to this person saying, nope, but I want to know how I can lose weight next week. Well, you want to lose weight in the next week? Don't